Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Max Beck, Head of Investor Relations for Tucano Gold, and today I'm going to present to you Tucano, which is a gold mine in Brazil. We're located we have 2,000 square kilometers of tenure, which is the second largest consecutive tenure in the whole of Brazil. We're in the northeast corner of Brazil, about 200 kilometers into the Amazon jungle. We're in the Vila Nova Greenstone Belt, and it's a very prospective area, if you guys know that area of Brazil. And it is a mine that has been bought out of receivership, is fully built, and is permitted and ready to go. So I'm going to give you a few fly-throughs of what the mine looks like at the moment and talk to you a little bit about some of the details. What I'd like to do today is announce that as of Monday we have signed a deal with a cornerstone investor to bring in 100 million into the project. The project actually needs just 50 million to fully get it going, but after 6 months of due diligence, the cornerstone investor was so delighted with the project they wanted to increase their share ownership from 35% to 71%.
Thank you.
That means that we are currently sitting at 303 million fully diluted, and that gives a post-investment valuation of $212 million. The financial model put together by the cornerstone investor is throwing off just over 1 billion in EBITDA over 6 years, and that's with virtually no profit shown in 2025. So that gives us a year to get the project up and running. That number is based on a price per ounce of 1,400. If you plug in today's price, that adds another $500 million in terms of cash flow. We have zero structured debt, we've got zero royalties, and we've got zero streaming. There's 60 million of creditors on the books. That is currently being negotiated with the creditors. It's a moratorium of 18 months on repaying those creditors, and so we've got plenty of time to sort that out. At the same time, we've got 100 million of accrued losses, and that gives us a tax break of 7%, not 70%, I wish, 7% on our annual revenues each year, starting from day one. A little bit on our production. As I said to you earlier, it's equivalent built on today's prices of $500 million. That's sitting there. It doesn't look in that great shape because it's in the middle of a rainforest. So of course the rust takes over. It's been in care and maintenance since 2022. We've kept it in care and maintenance, and it's pretty much ready to go. There's a little bit of infrastructure work on the mill, typical stuff, bearings and linings and that sort of stuff. In this day, it was producing regularly 120,000 ounces plus. Biggest year was 150,000 ounces. We are confident we can get it to 200,000 ounces. In fact, that's budgeted in years 2 and years 3, because we plan to go underground Q4 of 26. So currently it was doing 150,000 ounces on a fairly low-grade open pit operation. Mill can handle 10,000 tons per day, and we are targeting all-in sustaining cost of $1,200 an ounce. I'll give you a little bit more of a flavour on how we propose to get there. To put that into perspective, those of you who are familiar with the bigger gold miners, there's very few that get to 1,200. Most of them are performing well over that in terms of their all-in sustaining costs. A little bit on the geology. This is Duckhead. I'll give you a little bit more of an insight into this. It's quite a famous open pit mine. But first of all, on our resource, we're fairly light, I think, in sort of an operation which has got a 7-kilometer strike length. 665,000 proven and probable, with 1.8 million measurable, indicated and inferred. But we're planning to improve on that. As I said, we're going to go underground, and the drilling has indicated that the underground will follow the whole 7-kilometer length, strike length. We've fully modelled the first part, the first phase of the underground mining, and that's given us our grade as I showed you earlier. Duckhead, as I said, has got some reputation in the gold world. We have intercepts at 1.4% per tonne. That's with no nugget effect, it's just granular. There's plenty more intercepts at half that. That's the absolute highest that we've got. But what's great about this project is there are thousands of meters of drilling around Duckhead which have yet to be tested. The mine was shut down just after that drilling was done, and so they had no opportunity to spend the money to fully test out what's there. We think this satellite open pit will link to the 7 kilometre strike length that we've got already, which is coincidentally just 7 kilometres away. We've got 5 greenfield targets on site. Those have had some prep work done. They obviously need a lot more work to bring them forward, but they're within trucking distance of the mill, so within 200 square kilometres. Everything has been kept very close. But what we think the initial upgrade in terms of the measured, indicated and inferred will be is in 1 million metres of drilling that has all been modelled on 16.50 an ounce, which is the price of gold when the project was put into receivership. We think that comfortably there's going to be another 1 million ounces when we remodel at a slightly higher price. So we're looking forward to getting that work done as soon as we get moving with the new investor. I spoke to you initially about the all-in sustaining costs that we think we can get to 1,200 an ounce. One of the reasons that we think we can get to 1,200 an ounce is because this is a credit on the gold mine. We believe it's the only iron ore credit that is associated with any gold mine. It's a very, very simple production. I'm going to give some statistics on this. I almost get more excited about this project than I do the gold. Even though it's just a credit, it's got some fantastic numbers associated with it. We have 54 million of tailings there. The 20% Fe the tailings have been tested at is a very conservative number. We've got plenty of tests higher than that. We've modelled everything on 20% Fe. Our cost per tonne for production is $5 US, and our cost to port is $55. That gives us a $500 million in profit just sitting there already. Not only that, the iron ore, when it's fully produced, it will produce a 66% Fe with exceptionally low impurities. We've had every trading house around the world look at this project wanting to get involved, but ourselves and our cornerstone want to keep it within the project because it's a great contra to the gold costs, and will help bring the gold per ounce, the all-in sustaining cost down to that 1,200. Just a little bit on amenities before I get to the investment side. We've currently got accommodation for 200 people. We've got testing facilities there. The testing facilities do about 1,200 tests per month. It's actually an award-winning facility. There's a gym, football pitch, tennis court on the side. There's even an airstrip. So why are we here today was when we've got 100 million coming into the business. Well, we only found out 2 days ago that that was a done deal. We knew it was coming, but it's very nice. We can't fully release who's investing behind it. It's going to be a couple of days before that can go out. But the doors are still open for the next 3 weeks at the same rate as the investment fund, so pari passu at 7 cents Canadian. Plus a half a warrant. So if anybody's interested in a very near-term production, we plan to list the project in 1 year from the restart, which will be next month, and we think we'll probably beat that timeline, but it's certainly going to be a fairly sort of near-term to public listing. That's all I have today. Thank you for your time. If you want to know more, please come and find us. We're just around the corner.